My name is Oluwafelumi Fashomo. Here are the top stories we're covering at this hour. Resident doctors call up industrial strike. Anxiety as Nigerians await presidential tribunal judgment on 2023 election. More sanctions on Niger Republic. Football stakeholders call out NFL over Super Falcons unpaid bonus. This is after the break. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NED, has suspended its protest slated for today. The development was conveyed by the national president of the association, Dr. Emeka Innocent Oji, who added that the industrial action by the association continues. Relaying the position of the association's National Executive Council, Oji said there would be a review of their decision after 72 hours. He lamented on the suffering medical doctors and Nigerians at large are going through due to some unpleasant policies by the government. Oji, however, said, judging from the interaction with the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the association is very confident that there will be light at the end of the tunnel in the next 24 hours. The organized labor has rejected the chief of staff to the president, Femi Gbajabiamila, as the head of the federal government team that will negotiate with the labor unions on subsidy removal palliatives. This was made known by the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Joe Ajaero, at the meeting with the leadership of the Senate. Additionally, the NLC president lamented that the wage award committee set up by the president Bola Tinubu was yet to meet 2 months after it was constituted. Speaking in like manners, the Trade Unions Congress President Festus Osifo lamented the snail speed with which the federal government was treating the issue of the palliative. Responding, Senate President Godswill Akpabio thanked the union for their patience. He, however, added that the President Tinubu inherited over 30 trillion in local and international debt from the past administration. Akpabio assured the aggrieved labor union of partnership and promised to meet the executive to ameliorate the suffering of Nigerians. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has appointed Orire Agbaje, a 400-level economic student of University of Ibadan, as a member of Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policies and Tax Reforms. Agbaje is the president of Tax Club, University of Ibadan, as well as the president of Nigerian University's Tax Club. The committee comprises experts from both the private and public sectors and will be responsible for various aspects of tax law reforms, fiscal policy design and coordination, harmonization of tax and revenue administration. In the meantime, judgment is around the corner, and there is so much anxiety from Nigerians as the presidential election petition court in a few days will pass judgment on 2023 presidential election. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and his counterpart, People's Democratic Party, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, prayed to the court to nullify the victory of President Bola Tinubu of all the Progressive Congress, APC, following the conduct of the last elections. As the case unfolded in court, 3 respondents, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, President Bola Tinubu, and the All Progressive Congress, APC, adopted their 40-page final address, while Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Abubakar Mahmood, counsel to the INEC, prayed the court to dismiss the petition for lacking in merit. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakub insisted that the presidential election was validly conducted in compliance with all the relevant laws. Our correspondent Emmanuel Ijiola reports.
Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
There is no doubt that Nigeria's 2023 presidential election is one of the most credible elections in Nigeria's history. However, there are so many expectations from Nigerians as the presidential election petition court is expected to deliver its verdict on the concluded controversial 2023 presidential election. All the parties in the case have played their roles, and the rest is now in the hands of the court to decide the fate of Nigerians. The question on the lips of Nigerians remains, what will be the decision of the court on the 2023 presidential election when the judgment is finally passed? Reacting, Nigerians express optimism as they await the court judgment.
Everybody's expectation is high because that day is going to be the day Nigerians' fate, our fate, should be what? Decided.
Let the tribunal say the right thing. When they know the truth, they should deliver it to all Nigerians because they know what they voted for.
We expect the judiciary to pass a good judgment, to break record.
Speaking with AN24 TV, some are of the view that the election is one of the most credible elections that Nigeria ever had, while some tagged the election as the most uncredible.
An election that is rigged, if not properly handled, we have to wait for 8 years to suffer in poverty.
The presidential election of February this year, I think 25th February or 23 February, was one of the freest and fairest elections.
If they are still doing election in this country, it will remain the same. It's only Abiola that won election clearly. Secondly, by Jonathan, first election. Nobody ever won election in this country than Abiola and Jonathan. Others are rigging.
The voting that make the president, President Tinubu, emerge as a president is a fair and fair election.
Expressing their thoughts on who will eventually take up the mantle of leadership in Nigeria, some are of the view that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will remain the president, while some believe that Peter Obi will win the case in court to become Nigeria's president.
The outcome is going to be a welcome, climax. And at the end of the day, Obi is the winner of 2023 presidential election that was held in February this year.
Anybody that will enter the presidency seat and that will be able to survive is the person I want to be there.
It's either Tinubu or Atiku, but we prefer Tinubu.
If they pass a good judgment, the right person, which is everybody believe that Peter Obi.
Emmanuel Ejiela, reporting for Africa News 24 TV.
Outside Nigeria, following the ultimatum given to the military junta in Niger Republic, the Economic Committee of West African States, ECOWAS, has imposed another sanction over the coup in the Republic. President Tinubu, who leads the regional body, announced this through his spokesman, Ajuri Ngelale. Ngelale announced that Tinubu ordered an additional slew of financial sanctions through the Central Bank of Nigeria on entities and individuals related to or involved with them, including the government of Mali and Burkina Faso.
ECOWAS mandate and ultimatum is not a Nigerian ultimatum. It is not a Nigerian mandate.
He also debunked attempts by the sections of the media to personalize the sanctions against the military in the Niger Republic, stressing that whatever action Nigeria has taken or takes falls under ECOWAS protocols and decisions and not by unilateral fiat of Tinubu. The presidential spokesperson noted that the financial sanctions are collective response to military junta's actions in Niger Republic.
His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his capacity as the chairman of ECOWAS, has been unequivocal in his position that diplomacy is the best way forward.
Finally, on sports, football stakeholders call out NFF over Super Falcons' unpaid bonuses. Super Eagles players and some football stakeholders in Nigeria have joined voices in calling on Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) to pay outstanding allowances of members of Super Falcons. The stakeholders, in the light of Tuesday's solidarity statement by the Global Player Union (FFPRO), calling on NFF to offset the backlog, also joined in the demand. NFFPRO statement was shared on Instagram by Super Falcons forward Azizat Oshuala. Commenting on the development, Napoli forward and Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen replied to the post with "Pay them NFF." Former Super Eagles frontman Odion Igalo said NFF never stopped this state. Randy Wardrum and his ladies had been at odds with the Nigerian Football Federation over unpaid salary and bonuses that almost saw the team boycott the ongoing Women's World Cup. And that's news at this hour. You can follow us on all of our social media handles for more news updates.